Today I'm gonna tell you how you are gonna deal with your stress. Because this is influencing your weight loss, this is influencing anything in your life, in your entire life, and is depleting all the nutrients inside your body. But now you're gonna need pen, you're gonna need paper, because I guarantee that you're gonna learn a lot in this live here. Many people, how are you guys? What's up? What's up? Many people joining. How are you? So guys, one important thing. If you notice that every time any situation that's happening in your life, you are always reacting. For example, I have so many people like that, they see something happening, something simple, something that it's unnecessary for them to get stressed out, and they react super bad, like, right? They feel like really stressed out. And nowadays we know that the most important thing for you to control your stress is by preparing your body in advance with the right nutrients, with the right strategies before any stressful situation happens. Because that's the goal, that's the target. Because for example, imagine that situation. Your husband like just arrived, now at home, you're at home with your kids, and then your husband come and then start yelling, and then start talking loud, and then your kids start talking loud as well, and then you know that stress is contagious, right? Because of that situation, you are not stressed out, and now because of that, you get stressed out as well. So that's the point. You need to know how to prepare your body when that happens. Any situation, your work, your boss tell you something that it's easier for you to get stressed out. First, you need to know all the strategies that you need to do and to prepare your body for those situations, okay? So take notes, guys, because I'm gonna tell you, let me just set up here, and only those people who will stay with me, they will learn the step by step, because I really want you guys to avoid getting stressed out for anything, because this is affecting your weight loss, your belly fat, is affecting all your results. One thing, guys, so go here to this, one thing that I want you guys to do. So go here to this. Can you guys see that icon for you to share this video, this live, at least with 3 people, because this will help many people nowadays. I'm really sure that you guys know someone that's stressed out, right? Someone in your family, some of your friends. So you go to this icon here, share this live, because what I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna blow your mind. So only for those who will stay with me here. Cool? How are you guys? Anna is here, Luana is here. How are you? So guys, the first thing, 3 situations when you are stressed out, before you get stressed out, during your stress, and after your stress, when you get stressed out. So now we are going to talk about before. What you need to do before you get stressed out. That's the first thing. So nowadays we know that there are some vitamins and minerals that you cannot have deficiency. Because when you have deficiency of some minerals that I'm gonna tell you, you need to take notes, you are more likely to have the trigger to get stressed out easily for any situation, right? Tiago, okay, so are you telling me that if I have deficiency of some specific vitamins and minerals, I can get stressed out like easily? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So take notes now. The vitamins and minerals that you need to consume, that you need to always make sure that you are eating you are eating the right food for you to have those vitamins and minerals, for you to control your stress, to avoid getting stressed out all the time, is what? Magnesium, take note. Magnesium, zinc, vitamin C, vitamin B complex, all B complex, okay? Iron, and what else? Let me see here. Calcium. So 6, those vitamins and minerals, if you have deficiency of one of them, any situation that happen in your life, you can get stressed out easily. So that's what you guys need to be aware of. You need to prepare your body in advance, okay? Because if you have that deficiency, Tiago, okay, are you telling me that if I'm not consuming enough vitamin C in my food, in my nutrition, are you telling me that I'm more likely to get stressed out for any situation? Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying to you guys. So Be prepared. Always make sure that you are having all those vitamins and minerals that I told you. Okay? Calcium, zinc, magnesium, vitamin B complex, iron, and vitamin C. Remember that. That's going to be crucial. What's up, guys? How are you? So remember, guys, that's the first part. Let me just adjust here. That's the first part that you guys need to do when you are... Hold on. Let me just put here. When you are close to get stressed out, any argument with your partner or in your work, you need to get prepared for that, right? So that's the first thing. The nutrients that you always need to have great levels in your body, okay? One important thing, I'm talking about before, what you need to do before, because if you don't prepare your body before, nothing will work. If I come to you and show you all the step-by-step, all the strategies for you to do when you get stressed out, it will not be sustainable because you're not focusing on the most important time, before. You're not preparing your body in advance, right? That's the most important part. And another thing that I would tell you would be yes, I told you about that, your body doesn't know. Yeah, one important thing, because I just put here because I don't want to forget. Your body here never knows what's reality, what's happening for real, and what's just your thought. It's just like you're just remembering something in the past. For example, something happened yesterday, happened already. But now today you are in the couch and then you are thinking, yeah, that happened. Oh, Maria did that with me. She said that. Oh, she was not supposed to say that. So why? And then you start thinking, right? Start thinking. And then you start getting stressed out. Even the situation happened, but your body doesn't know if it's happening right now or not. What does it mean? It means that when you start having that thought that happened already, that situation that happened already, it doesn't matter. Your body will start creating chemical reactions inside your entire body. You're going to start releasing cortisol without noticing, just because you're thinking about something that happened already. That it will not influence nothing in your life anymore, because now, like today, something that happened before, but you are always feeding that, having that thought, and as your body doesn't know what's reality and what's not reality, your body doesn't know that. Who knows what's reality and what's not reality? Your consciousness, like your conscious mind, right? That's why we are talking here. So your conscious mind knows what's reality, because you are that. And then you are inside your body. But your body, the machine, doesn't know. But it doesn't matter if you don't know that, and then you're always thinking something that's, for example, that you stress you out. Thinking about your husband. My husband said this with me, to me 1 week ago. Like, why he said that? And then you keep feeding that, and then you keep getting stressed out. Something that happened already. Your husband talked to you already about the situation. The situation was solved already, but you are still thinking, right? And then your body doesn't know. Your body thinks that's happening at the same moment, like in the present moment, your body thinks that's happening. That's why your body starts creating chemical reactions. And even because everything happened already, you start creating the toxins, the inflammation start increasing again. Even if you're in the sofa, just thinking about that situation that happened, right? Even if the situation is solved already. So guys, you need to have that self-awareness first, that your body never knows what's happening in the present moment, or something is like virtual, that's like just something that is just a thought, or something that's reality. Your body doesn't know. So be aware of that. So that's why you need to be careful how you are thinking. If you are overthinking something that stresses you out, and you are thinking unnecessarily, right? So be aware of that. That's going to be super important to you. Okay? Another thing. So let's go to the next. One important thing. Check it out, the situation. Nowadays, we know that when you're having high levels of stress, when you are always reactive, anything that happened during the day in your life, with your boss, with your partner, with your kids, or in your work, with some colleagues, you are always reactive, You always, for any situation, if the table is dirty, oh my God, this is dirty. I said already not like to clean that, right? So any situation, something you just, expand the situation, becoming the situation 10 times harder, right? You are always reactive. Nowadays, we know that, remember what I told you about the vitamins and minerals that you need to take before, like always taking those vitamins and minerals to avoid getting stressed out easily. But at the same time, those people who are stressed out, when your cortisol levels is spiking all the time, you are releasing that all the time, getting stressed out all the time, every single day, those minerals, magnesium, vitamin B complex, calcium, vitamin C, all those vitamins and minerals like iron, your body it depletes, you decrease, all those minerals, all those vitamins are reduced just by your high levels of stress. And then imagine the situation. Let's say you are not consuming all those nutrients in your food, right? Let's say your food, sometimes you skip the meal, your food is not like a rainbow, so you're not eating different colors, so you're always missing some nutrients. Let's say you're always missing calcium or vitamin C or magnesium or iron, like minerals and vitamins that are crucial for your stress, to control your stress. But you're not taking that. And at the same time, you are getting stressed out all the time. So you already have low levels of those minerals and vitamins in your body. And because of your high levels of stress, you deplete even more them. What's going to happen? It becomes a vicious cycle. And then you keep reducing those minerals and vitamins in your body more and more. And then what happens? You create a chronic stress. That's the worst thing that you can create, right? So that's why it's going to be super important you follow. I'm going to check it out. It's going to be important you take notes about everything that I'm going to tell you, what you need to do before, what you need to do during your high levels of stress, a discussion or an argument, something like that, and what you need to do after your stressful situation. You need to focus on before, mainly before, during, and after. Because if you just focus on one part, it will not be sustainable. You will always have some high levels of stress, and then you keep having that high levels of stress for hours and hours and hours after you have that situation. That's why you need to focus on those three situations: before, during, and after your stressful moment. Okay? That's why, because otherwise, every time you are stressing out, you are getting stressed out, your vitamins and minerals, boom, depleted. Like your body just do like this, and then you are always having a deficiency of so many nutrients in your body. And then you say, but I'm eating healthy. Thiago, but I eat healthy and everything. But that's the point. It doesn't mean just because you're eating healthy, it doesn't mean that first, your body is absorbing those nutrients. And second, depending on the levels of stress that you have, you are always wasting that nutrients that you eat from the food. I'm eating healthy, but I'm always stressed out. So it doesn't matter. You will never solve your issue if you're eating healthy, but you're always getting stressed out. So take notes, because today I'm going to tell you all the details about that, how to solve that. I told you already the vitamins and minerals that you need to consume. If one of you are struggling to have those nutrients, in my program, my clients have like that we call holistic health manual, because they see exactly foods high in iron, foods high in magnesium, foods high in vitamin C, in calcium, all those nutrients that they need for their bodies to control their stress. And then, but let's say it's too hard for you to consume that every single day. What you're gonna need? You are gonna need supplement. You're gonna need to take supplement, but the right supplements, the right magnesium, the supplementation, like the right magnesium, the right B complex, the right zinc, right? Because many people, I see so many mistakes. For example, some people before joining my program, when we are doing the consultation, they say, Thiago, I'm consuming already vitamin B complex. I'm taking already vitamin B9 and B12, for example. And then when I see, okay, show me the picture. And then when I see, it's a synthetic one, because her doctor didn't tell her that she needs a great version that's going to be better for the absorption. And then when I see, for example, is vitamin B9. It's a super important vitamin for that situation, for you to reduce, to control your stress. All the vitamin B complex. But B9, when I see, is a synthetic one, because it should be what? It should be methylfolate. Another situation, B12, vitamin B12, to help you with that, with your stress. When I see, it's just B12 or cyanocobalamin. It's not methylcobalamin. Because methylcobalamin is the right one. That's the better for the absorption for you, right? And then those details, guys, can influence your results a lot. And then you are struggling to see the results, to feel that your body is relaxed because you are doing the wrong strategies. Magnesium, the same thing. There are 8 types of magnesium, right? And then you are taking one specific one that's not. You're taking, for example, magnesium oxide. Bad idea. So it's better, for example, magnesium bisglycinate. That's amazing. Then that's gonna help you to relax your body, right? Or magnesium L-threonate. That's gonna reduce your anxiety, reduce your stress. So you need to be careful that you need those vitamins, you need those minerals, but you need to be careful if you are having it from food. And if you're not having from food, you're always struggling, you need supplement, but you need the right supplement, the right version, okay? That's why I always give the step-by-step for all my clients. Our clients always get that like step-by-step in our program. But that's it, that's the first thing. You took notes, right? Remember, amazing information, Thiago. Yeah, Anna, awesome, thank you. Yeah, guys, remember, try to go here and try to share this live to more people, more friends, because I want you guys to help all the people, your friends as well, because people who are really stressed out, okay? So another thing, let's go to the next. You start your morning right. You start your morning right, because why? Because when you wake up, you are in theta brainwave, right? Theta brainwave. What happens? When you wake up, first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, when you just get up, that brain wave, your brain is more likely to accept any information faster and go straight to your subconscious mind because you're in theta, right? So that's a great moment. What does it mean, Thiago? What do I mean? What do you mean by that, Thiago? What I mean by that is that first time of the day will be crucial for you to feed your mind with the right thing and then influence your whole day, or feed your mind with the wrong thing for you to feel more stressed out. Example, let's say you wake up and then you start thinking, I need to do this. I forgot to do that. Let me check my phone because let me check my email. Let me go to on Instagram here. And then, I forgot to do this. And then you start feeding your mind with the wrong thing. What's going to happen? Guys, you're going to create much more stress because you are teaching your brain. Remember, your body is just an animal. You are the responsible to teach your brain, and your body the right thing, right? Because you are your conscious mind, right? But you are domained by your subconscious mind. That's 95% of your life is controlled by your subconscious mind. And for you to change that behavior, that programming, you need to teach your body the right way. First step is what? In the morning. When you wake up, your brain, your mind is more likely to accept any information. Your subconscious mind, remember, 95%, you are controlled by your subconscious mind. And then when you wake up, the right thing is to do what? Avoid anything that creates more anxiety and that creates in your mind for you to keep overthinking. Avoid that. If you know that when you check your email, that you start thinking about other things, that is linked with other things. When you check your Instagram, you know that you start scrolling even more because you are releasing dopamine, and then you want to see what's happening in the world, or you go to the news. When you know that you are having that behavior, you are just selling to your body. Get stressed out, get more anxious during the whole day. That's what you are saying to your body. And then your body is receiving the command that you are doing. Because that was your choice. Your choice to wake up, check the phone, or start thinking about everything that you need to do that stress you out. Right? That was your choice. And then the body there just received the command. Okay, are you telling me that I need to get more stressed out during the whole day, more anxious during the whole day? And then you are just feeding that behavior. Guys, this is the most important thing, because when you talk about stress, we need to talk about many dots. We need to connect all the dots. It's not just about food. It's not about just this and that. It's about the whole combination that's going to be possible for you to control and manage your stress. And the first step for you to influence your whole day is what you are doing, what you are thinking, first hour in the morning. Why? Because the theta brainwave, the brainwave that's more susceptible to receive the information, is on. Right? You are more susceptible. And okay, Thiago, tell me what I need to do. What would be the best thing? One important thing, the first thing, avoid your phone first hour, or at least for the first 30 minutes. Avoid your phone because you're more susceptible to. So anything that you're going to think, you can like have like an amazing day, or you can have like a terrible day, anything that you're gonna think. And then if you know, okay, I'm gonna work out, or I'm gonna walk, or I'm gonna do a meditation, I'm gonna do something that to calm down, to relax. By doing this, any strategy that you are gonna feel better, you are telling your body and saying, body, okay, this is the command. Today, I'm teaching you that you need to feel better, that you need to feel good throughout the day. What's gonna happen? Next time when you have a stressful situation with your partner, with your boss, with your friend throughout the day, you're gonna deal with the situation much easier. You're gonna deal, why? Because you prepared your brain, you prepared your body in advance in the morning. You did the right things, stimulating, doing the right stimulus to your body to get prepared to create good chemical reactions in the morning, early morning. Right? And then once you have the situation, in your work, for example, we had a discussion, you're gonna deal with the situation much, much easier. And then you will not spike your cortisol like crazy, right? So that's the first thing. You need to know what you're gonna do. So situation, first solution, in the morning, try to work out. You don't need to work out for hours. You don't need to work out even for 30 minutes if you don't have time. You don't need that. When you talk about, I'm talking about stress, right? When you talk about stress, I'm not talking about like fat loss, you work out for fat loss. Otherwise you would need like high intensity for you to go to lose more weight. But I'm talking about reduce your stress, because stress, high levels of stress, no sustainable weight loss. No sustainable weight loss. I'm talking about stress. When we talk about stress and anxiety, if you work out for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, enough in the morning. It's enough, guys. So you have no excuses. You just like move your body, just increase your heart rate, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because naturally you're gonna reduce your anxiety and your stress after the workout. When you're working out, you spike your cortisol. It's normal, especially when you are doing like high intensity interval training, or like intense session. It's normal, but because of that, you're gonna teach in your body to regulate your cortisol. Your stress hormone is gonna be regulated throughout the day. But if you just do like a light workout for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's a great strategy that you are teaching your body to deal with anything later. And nowadays, for example, there is a paper showing that only like about 5 minutes of working out, 5 minutes. If you don't have 5 minutes, you don't have life, right? If you just work out for 5 minutes, like squat, push up, you start jump, and then your heart rate goes up. Like in the morning, you do this in the morning when you wake up, for example, you reduce your anxiety, right? And you are always teaching your body the right thing, the right feelings, for you to have the right feelings. You are always stimulating your body to produce the right chemical reactions in the morning. Why? Because the morning is the most important, early morning is the most important time of the day for you to influence everything, right? And then that's the point. Never check WhatsApp, news, someone sent you something. Check that 30 minutes later, 1 hour later. The first time, at least 30 minutes, it's for you, for yourself. Create the right chemical reactions in your body. Doing the workouts, another tip. And then the second tip. Remember, this is like the most powerful thing that you can do in the morning. You can do 2 types of meditation. Meditation when you have like a gratitude thought. What you're gonna do, you just need 5 minutes as well, guys. There is no excuses, because everybody's busy nowadays. Everybody works like crazy, right? Everybody has family and work like crazy. Everybody's like that. But you have 5 minutes. Otherwise, you wouldn't use Instagram or Facebook or nothing like that, social media, right? 5 minutes you have for sure, no doubt. What's the point? You use 5 minutes to sit, to have gratitude thoughts, because that's one type of meditation that you can have. Why? I'm going to tell you why, something interesting that you don't know. Dr. Joe Dispenza said in one of his papers, all the research that he did, one of the papers, one of the tests that he was doing with a group of people, check what happened. When we start having, let's say you wake up, you choose 5 minutes to start thinking about something great that happened with you, or that's something that you want, something great that you want that happens in the future. Let's suppose you choose, up to you. You choose the thought that you want to have, something that you feel great, okay? Check it out this. He said that when you are having a gratitude thought, you are creating a coherence between the frequency of your heart. You know that you have neurons in your heart as well, right? Science shows that you have like about 40,000 neurons. So you have, the heart has its own nervous system. What does it mean? When you have gratitude thoughts, you start stimulating both your heart and your brain to have a coherence, synchronized, like your heart rate start beating, and that coherence, it starts synchronizing with your brain waves. While you're having gratitude thoughts, you're thinking about something great that happened with your children, something great when you had a great moment with your husband, with your partner, something great that you had with your family, or that you had something amazing that happened in your work. Someone told you something that you were feeling amazing, you felt amazing. So when you are thinking about that situation, remember one thing, your body never knows what's reality, if it's happening at that moment or not. Because you're thinking you're having that grateful situation. I love that day that happened with me. We had like a barbecue that was so amazing. And then you feel something that you really felt great, amazing. When you're having that thought, your body doesn't know that's happening or that's not happening. So your body will create chemical reactions because of that, because the body thinks that's happening at that present moment, right? Because your body is just a machine. And then you are having that thought, grateful situation, a gratitude moment. What's happening? You are creating that coherence with your heart and your brain. You send more information. Your heart sends more information because of the beats, because of the energy, that beat, that frequency. When you do that, that movement of coherence and beating and putting blood flow, is filling out the blood or the heart, and then more blood flow, and that coherence of brain waves and heart coherence when is beating. When you're creating that, it's increasing the energy. That's what he said when they notice what happens with your entire body. Your heart starts sending more signals, more message by those energy, by those frequencies, right, to your brain. And then the brain starts influencing the whole body, releasing so many great chemical reactions. And then when you have that gratitude thought, it's going to be impossible you feel stressed out. That's why people who have gratitude moments, thoughts, every single day and with more frequency, they are less likely to get stressed out and to release cortisol. Because it's literally impossible, physiologically impossible, you have gratitude moments, gratitude thoughts, and feel stressed out at the same time. It's impossible. There's no way that you can feel both, right? But the most important part is because while you are creating that coherence with your heart and your brain beating, and the heart is always sending all the information to your brain, the heart is creating all the electromagnetic waves, more energy. And that electromagnetic waves, they notice it's creating like an electromagnetic field around you, about 3 meters wide. 3 meters wide. What does it mean? It means that's why sometimes when you arrive in any room and then you feel you like the person. I like that person. You even didn't talk to that person, right? Someone, you just opened the door in the office, and then you saw the person, and then you just like the person for no reason. You didn't talk to her yet. Many times is because of that energy. When the person has so many gratitude thoughts, a grateful body, she has a great mindset. Her levels of stress, she's not negative. She has always positive thoughts. That electromagnetic wave is around the person. And everybody who comes and is around that person, everybody feels that. Same thing happens with someone that's negative, that always complains, that always is stressed out all the time. People that is stressed out, you know that high levels of stress is contagious, right? I told you at the beginning. So someone that's stressed out, you feel, this person, and then those people who are really grateful, they are calm, they are relaxed, they don't want to stay next to those people who are stressed out. They don't, because that coherence, that wave, that energy, because guys, it's not something a theoretic, like a theory, it's science. So it's possible to see the electromagnetic waves around you. So the more you're creating that coherence with your heart beating, sending a message, the frequency to your brain. And then the brain always sending releasing chemical reactions in your entire body just because you had a great gratitude thought. You are grateful for anything that you choose that, and you are not complaining. You are not having the thought of complaining, but you are having the thought of gratitude, something like that. Just because of this, you are creating all this in your heart, in your brain, in your entire body, and create a great environment around you. That's why positive people always want to stay next to positive people. Negative people always want to stay close to negative people. Stressed people who are stressed out, always want to stay around people who are stressed out. People who are having gratitude thought, if I see like someone that is always stressed out all the time, complaining, high levels of stress all the time, and always complaining, and then becoming a vicious cycle, do you really think that I want to stay next to that person? Of course not. Because that's the point. That electromagnetic wave is around me, and it's around everybody. You guys, you are creating that electromagnetic wave. A good one or a bad one. And then you are influencing people around you, and people around you is influencing you. And that's a connection. Everything is connected. That energy is literally, because we are energy. We create energy. We have 0.07 volt in each cell in our body. We have a lot of energy, a lot of power. So we are pure energy. And when you create that coherence, your heart can be the center of creating that energy. Because it's beating, right? The blood flow is creating that coherence between your heart and your brain and all that environment inside you. And that's why, consequently, you feel great. You wake up, you have more energy. You deal with the stress. Your partner start a fight, an argument with you. You deal with the situation much easier. Because now your body's prepared. Remember what I told you? I'm talking about like how to prepare your body in advance for you to deal with the stressful situation. Because stressful situations, everybody has, right? Everybody has a stressful situation. It's impossible you don't have. If someone give you you are fired, or someone died, and now it's a pandemic, like pandemic, you cannot travel anymore, and now you need to use mask. So everything can be a stressful situation, but you are the responsible to deal with that situation, because you have the capacity to feel stressed out at that moment, but reduce your stress faster. Because if you spend hours and hours with high levels of stress because of that situation, the situation happened 2 days ago, and today you are still stressed out because of that situation, terrible. You are creating all the inflammation, all the toxins, you are releasing more toxins, you are releasing more inflammation in your body, right? Because that's the point. That's why I'm talking about how to prepare your body before. And one of the things is, I'm going to repeat, take notes, is start your morning right to teach your brain, to teach your body the right chemical reactions that you need to produce in the morning, because in the morning always influence your whole night. Thiago, I want to work out in the evening, and I want to do my meditation, I want to have gratitude thoughts in the evening. It's much better than nothing, right? It's much better. But guys, and what about in the afternoon? What about the morning? In the morning, what happened in the morning? So many times people say, I'm gonna skip this morning. I'm gonna try just tonight because of this. They are just a talk excuse to themselves. But what's the problem? The problem is because if you had a stressful situation in the morning, in the afternoon, it's gonna be really hard to do this in the evening. You don't care. You are tired. All the energy, boom, is consumed, right? You don't care anymore because it happened already. And now you don't have power anymore to do that. That's why in the morning is crucial for you. Thiago, we don't have time. Guys, 5 minutes. 5 minutes you have for sure. You just do this. Don't touch in your phone until you do this for 5 minutes. Your workout for 5 minutes or your meditation, gratitude thought for 5 minutes. Because this is what you are going to create in your body, and you are giving the right command to your body to influence your whole day, and then you are going to deal with anything much better, right? So so take notes with that, because this is super important. Another thing, check it out. Dr. Samar Hatta is a great specialist in light, sunlight, bright light. When you want to reduce your stress, control your stress, you need to have sunlight. But not, he said that not just in the morning. In the morning is the most important. Sunset, sunset and sunrise are the most important time. But when you are a stressed person, like you are always stressed out for anything, you always react badly with anything. The pen, boom, is on the floor. Oh my God. I said that Maria, come here. I told you that you cannot put you cannot keep anything on the floor. Do you know something like that? You know some people like that, right? Probably you are that person. You know someone in your family that's like that. Like anything is like it becomes like a stress. So what's the point? For those people who are always having that stress, for like even unnecessarily, you need to focus on getting the sunlight. The more time you have that sunlight throughout the day, the better for your stress, to reduce your stress. Why? Remember what I told you? Because of cortisol. Because of your high levels of cortisol, you need to release cortisol at the right time, 6, 8 a.m. in the morning, but you need to control your cortisol throughout the day as well. During the whole day, you need to control your cortisol levels, right? Because when you are stressed out all the time, your adrenal gland is always releasing cortisol, and then the organ that is responsible for this, to releasing, to spike your cortisol, adrenaline, and then the organ say, no, I'm tired. You are working too much. You're always asking me to release cortisol all the time. You're just stressed out because of that situation. I'm tired. And then what happens? You start having chronic stress and adrenal fatigue, for example, just because you're not dealing with that. And one of the solutions is to control your stress, get that sunlight as much as you can. Thiago, but are you because of my skin, Thiago, I cannot spend too much time in the sun. I'm not talking about that. You don't need to have the contact of the sunlight in your skin. You don't need that. You just need to have that. You can be in the shadow. You can just get that bright light, right? So for example, you can be like sometimes outdoors. I'm going to have a cold now. Just go outdoors, stay in the shadow. You don't need to have the contact to the sun, but just get to that sunlight, that bright light. Why? Because of your retina. The retina, that's what matters. It doesn't need the contact to the skin, right? It needs for the vitamin D. Vitamin D is another thing. You can have supplement to improve your vitamin D, because nowadays many people are concerned to spend too much time getting the sun because of cancer, right? But skin cancer. But solution for vitamin D, supplement. Because we never have enough, we are never getting enough sunlight in our skin. That's why supplement is better. But this is another thing. I'm talking about stress. And the sunlight to get that bright light in your eyes, in your retina. Because this will regulate your cortisol, your hormones. So that's the point. You just stay next to the window. I'm going to work. Try to always emphasize the window, because if you are stressed out, you need sunlight. Thiago, how often? The more the better. The doctor said, Dr. Sama Hatta, he's the best in this field. He said that the more the better, right? That bright light, because you are giving the command to your body to manage your cortisol. So if you just spend, for example, you are stressed out, you are a stressed person. Everybody knows that you are a stressed person. And you just spend like 30 minutes during the whole day, you just spend like 20, 30 minutes in getting the bright light, that's the sunlight. Like you go to your work and then you spend 10 minutes and then you go back, more 10 minutes. This is not, for a stressed person, this is not enough. You need more. The more the better. Got it? And always outside if you can, because you have more lux, right? You have more photons. And you, compared to the bright light, compared to indoors next to the window, and outdoors, you have 50 times more photons, more bright light, more photons, compared to indoors. So that's why it's going to be important to get more sunlight. If you're stressed out, you need more sunlight. There's no magic, guys. This is one of the things that's a must for you, okay? At least while you are healing that. Because if you are super stressed out, you need to heal that. Because high levels of stress, Thiago, I want to lose fat in my belly. You need to reduce your stress. Thiago, I want to feel happy because I don't feel happy. I have some symptoms of depression. You need to reduce your stress. Thiago, I don't have energy at all throughout the whole day. I feel lethargic. You need to reduce your stress. Thiago, I want to build more muscles. I want to tone up. You need to reduce your stress. Thiago, I want to feel like to have more joy. I want to love myself more. I want to feel that I'm taking care. I want to care more and take care of my kids and my family more because I don't have that desire. My desire is too low. You need to reduce your stress. Why? Because your high levels of stress is influencing everything that I told you. Thiago, I want to improve my performance because I want to earn more money. I want to get a better position in my work. You need to reduce your stress. Guys, it's influencing everything because high levels of stress is depleting all the nutrients that you have in your body. You are taking supplements, you are eating healthy, but if you are always having high levels of stress, it's consuming that, like that, every single time. And then you never know why is that. And then remember what I told you, the solution, right? So remember about the mornings. Another thing that you need to do as well will be, will be the caffeine. If you are have high levels of stress, avoid caffeine for some time. Thiago, I drink 2 glasses or 2 cups of coffee. Okay, so try to reduce 1 decaf and another one, a little bit of caffeine. But if I were you, I would reduce and just drink decaf coffee for some time as you are trying to heal your body, to reduce your stress, right? Because having caffeine, I have green tea, I have coffee. In the morning, I have green tea in the afternoon. Big mistake. If you are super stressed out, big mistake. If you don't have problems with stress, no problem, you can drink that. 2 cups of coffee per day, healthy, super healthy. I always drink coffee, right? It's important to do like a cycle because of caffeine. It's important you reduce for some time and then you increase another time and you stop drinking for some days and then you start drinking again. Just a cycle to have the great effect of caffeine. That's a stimulant. But for those of you guys who are stressed out, avoid caffeine. Big mistake if you are drinking caffeine, okay? Because you are trying to fix one thing, doing your meditation. I'm gonna do my meditation. But and then when you go to your work, boom, 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 caffeine. You will not solve your issue, right? Because you are teaching your body, saying, body, be always like aware and prepared and always like react to any situation. You are always active too much and then it's creating more anxiety and then boom, cortisol spikes, right? Remember, this is going to be super important for you. Avoid caffeine for at least for some time. Another thing, super important, in the evening, guys, this is one of the most important parts. After 5 p.m., remember, if you need to do something that will stimulate your body to reduce your stress, to reduce your cortisol, and for you to feel good, right? To do what? To release more serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter, right? So after 5 p.m., you need to be super careful with what you are watching, what you are listening to, what you are reading. If you're I saw many people watching that series of that on Netflix. Remember on Netflix that kills is like a game. I forget, Squad 6, something like that. Yeah, I think so. And then people who are stressed out already, who have symptoms of depression, people who have high levels of anxiety, watching series like that, you're just telling your body, get worse, body. That's the command that you're giving to your body, right? If your mental health is not the best, if you are always stressed out, you're always reacting to anything, and you are watching series like that, you're always watching something that stresses you out, you don't know that, guys, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know, you think that's natural. That's normal. I think everybody's watching now. I'm going to watch again. So it looks like good. And then you feel excited while you're watching the series. You're just feeding in your subconscious mind saying to your body, you are literally saying to your body, get worse, feel worse. The next days, feel worse. You need to have higher levels of stress, higher levels of anxiety. And then you are more stressed out 3 days later, and then you don't know why. I think it's my husband. My husband always do this with me. You are always complaining and saying that it's your husband's fault, it's your kids, but actually it was you. It was your fault because you were watching something that was disturbing even more, creating more anxiety and stress, and it's manifesting 3 days later, 5 days later, and then you think that was your husband's fault. It was your fault, right? Guys, that's the point. You need to know which stage you are. If the stage that you are right now is stressed out, it doesn't make any sense you watch something like that. It doesn't make any sense you watch the news. Pandemic. 300 more cases. 1,000 people is dying. Can you control that? No, right? Focus on what you can control. What you can control about when we talk about this craziness that's happening, like people are dying. What you can control? You can give some tips to your friends. Do this for you to be healthy, for you to increase your immune system. What you can do, another thing, you can use you can wear a mask. Another thing, you can get your vaccine. Polemic, right? But this is what you can control. But feel stressed out. Keep checking the news. 1,000 people now. 2,000 people. Now everything's happening now. And then you get stressed out. You cannot control that. And if you are a stressed person already in advance, if you have that symptom of high levels of stress, you are just killing yourself when you watch the news. You are killing yourself when you're watching movies like that. You're just killing yourself. You're just putting your body to die earlier, right? Because this is the last thing that you can do. Once you feel better, once you feel fine, and your mental health is super strong, okay, sometimes you check the news quick, sometimes you watch a movie like that, but not when you have high levels of stress, not when your mental health is not the best. That's the worst thing that you can do. Solution. I gave you the solution already, right? To avoid this, especially 5 p.m. Why, Thiago, why in the evening as well is important? Because remember, take notes, when you're close to sleep, your brain is getting ready to absorb all the information that you got throughout the day. And then if you're watching the news or watching something and that's close to your sleep, another time that you are in theta brainwave is when you are close to sleep. Remember what I told at the beginning of the live, that when you are in theta, your brainwave is in theta mode. You are more likely to absorb the information. Remember that? When you are close to bed, evening, right? So after 5, 6 p.m., going close to bed, you are feeding your brain with something that stresses you out. You know what's going to happen. While you are sleeping, you are in the REM cycle, like rapid eyes movement. When you are in the REM cycle, when you are asleep, because that's the time that your brain's in super high activity, and then you're absorbing all the information. What are you doing? You are feeding even more your brain to have more stress the next day, or 1 week later, or 1 month later. You're always feeding your brain to feel more stressed out. Next time when next time, 2 days later, when your kids start yelling, playing around the house, you're gonna be more stressed out, more like easily. Why? Just many situations because you stimulated your brain 2 days ago because you watched that movie. And you don't relate to that. You don't relate to that. But that's how your brain works. That's how your body works. Okay? The manifestation of the trigger, everything that you did, your body can manifest after 5 days or 10 days later. That's the point. You need to be aware of that. And if you have that stressful, you are a stressed person, especially, for example, someone died in your family, or someone is sick, or you're having some like tough times in your life, you need to be 10 times more careful. You need to even avoid, stay far from those movies, stay far from news, stay far from negative person. You need to take care of yourself much more and be aware of that much more. Why? Because your mental health is weak already. Because your mental health is weak, everything around you already is always disturbing your mind already, right? So you cannot feed your mind with more terrible things. Watching movies, checking the news, talking to your friend that you know that's negative. Stay far from friends like that, right? If I stayed far from people who are negative, always complaining, always stressed out, long time ago already. I never allow, because I love my body and myself so much, I never allow anybody that's around me that's super negative, complaining a lot. Okay, bye-bye, see you later, and then goodbye, never anymore. Because why? Remember what I told you before? Because this is affecting the energy, remember? It will affect, I can affect the person, but the person can affect me as well, right? And it's super important, that thing, because you can influence people around you, giving tips, helping, but you need to be careful as well if you are next to someone that's always negative, always complaining, always about the world will end and then everybody will die, something like that. People who are like that, those people are influencing as well your behavior. So be careful with that. Why? Because otherwise you can feel more stressed out. Okay? So remember, after 5 p.m., be aware. Try to do what? Solution. Try to watch or listen to or read something that will make you laugh, because you're producing more serotonin, right? More the feel-good neurotransmitter, and automatically you reduce your cortisol. Automatically, boom, it's like that. It's just physiology. It's just physiology. You just change automatically. You will never feel stressed out when you are releasing more serotonin. The serotonin is always higher than your cortisol, always higher than your stress hormone. Why? Because you're stimulating, you're watching, you're laughing, you are talking to your friend that you feel good when you talk to that friend, you feel good when you talk to someone in your family that the person is really nice, always say some joke that you like, you feel good when you talk to that person, go and talk to that person, emphasize that person, because that's what you need for that moment, that's what you need, people with that vibe that you need for you to control and manage your stress. Why, Thiago? I'm going to tell you why. Because the way for you to sustain, to reduce your stress, and to control your stress long term is by what? Is by repetition. Remember, I told you already in videos before. The best way for you to keep having control your stress after 5 years, after 10 years, is by repetition. So imagine, every single day you are repeating. After 5 p.m., only things that make you feel better. When you wake up, you have the gratitude thoughts to release and create that electromagnetic waves around you. Remember, I'm always working out in the morning. So you are always creating, repeating those behaviors. What's going to happen? Sooner or later, after 100 days, after 200 days, because that's the average that you can create a habit. After those times, sooner or later, you are already a positive person. You are already dealing with any stressful situation. Next time that your kids, for example, next time when your husband come to you and start yelling, you're gonna deal with that situation much better. Why? Because you conditioned your mind, your brain, your body for months doing what I told you, that I hope you took notes, doing what I told you, taking the vitamins and minerals that I told you that you need for you to deal with the stress better. Next time when that happens, you have an argument with your boss, you're gonna deal with everything much better, right? Okay. Guys, let's see who is talking to me here. Instagram. Okay. Do you guys have any question? Yes, can you please save this live? Yes, I'm going to save this live, so don't worry, okay? But guys, another thing, check it out. Remember that. Another thing that you need to do, yes, one important thing. Remember one thing, another thing. For example, you can create more stress without noticing. Pay attention to that. You create more stress without noticing when you are checking your friend's profile on Instagram, and then you check something that you know inside you, in your heart, in your brain, you feel a little bit jealous. You get jealous a little bit, and then you feel a little bit sad, and you don't notice that. Sometimes you notice, sometimes you don't notice. How can you notice that? Is when you see someone, your friends, your friend bought a car. And then you say to your partner, see, Maria bought a car. She's just want to show up because it doesn't make sense. Why she bought a car now? So why is that? And then because of the behavior, pay attention to your behavior when you are checking your friends' post, any picture, anything around you. Why? You need to have that self-awareness, because if you are having that behavior, it means that you are releasing cortisol as well, and you are getting stressed out and anxious without noticing. Because when you are getting jealous, that's what you can create in your body. And that's a big mistake that many people do. Because getting jealous, you can have that. That's why you need to be careful to avoid that, okay? Keep checking how you are feeling and what you say to someone around you when you see something. You see your friend bought something. She bought a house. Why she bought a house? She doesn't have money. Why? So you know what I mean? Be careful and be aware of how you are thinking when you see something like this. Like any situation, your families, what's happening with your family, with your friend. Be aware. Why? Because if I were you, the step for you to reduce your stress, to control your stress is, if you feel jealous, if you get jealous like that, just avoid watching that. Just avoid seeing that. At least while you are healing your body. While you are trying to reduce your cortisol, trying to control your stress. Because you'll never heal your body, control your stress. Because if you have chronic stress, it's like consider that it's a disease. Because it's not the word disease, but it's something that is destroying everything. So we need to consider that you are ill and you need to heal that. You need to heal that. And while you need to consider, okay, while I'm trying to heal myself, to heal my body, to control my stress, not to be reactive, to be always proactive, always to prevent any stressful situation. And when I have some stressful situation, I know how to deal with that. While I'm healing myself, I'm gonna stop seeing something that I feel a little bit jealous, that I feel a little bit like bad, I feel a little bit sad, this person is having this and I'm not having that. That person lost weight and I didn't lose weight. She lost 20 pounds and I just lost 10 pounds yet, my friend. And then you feel a little bit jealous. You know what I mean, right? What I'm talking about. If you're having that, while you are healing yourself, reducing your stress, avoid checking your friend's posts, your family's posts, because it's not good for you. You don't feel good, right? If you feel sad, if you are saying something like that, it means that's not a good thing for you to do now, because you are complaining. You are trying to find excuses and you are jealous. You need to accept that, right? I was in the past, I was always checking my behavior as well with that, and checking my friends' behavior, my family's behavior with that situation. People who complain about what their friends is getting, something like that, be aware, because this is creating more high, like releasing cortisol, you are creating more stress, sadness, and remember, another thing, take notes, high levels of stress creates symptoms of depression. Tiago, what's the first step for me to have depression? Symptoms of depression is what? High levels of stress, every time. Nowadays we know that. So when you have high levels of stress, because of something, okay, you're having an argument, and then every time you are feeling stressed out, you are more likely, you are closer, you are the path to be depressed. You are the path. You are going to the road of depression. Okay? To feel like sad, you feel you don't care about anything, you don't care about life, because depression involves many things. Involves many things. One of the things that can be the trigger for depression is what nowadays we know? Constant high levels of stress. High levels of stress. You're always reactive. So that's another reason why you need to be careful with those behaviors that you're having when you're checking people's profile on Instagram, Facebook, your friends, your family. Check how you feel. If you don't feel good, if you don't feel happy, my friend got this. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, now she's crushing, amazing. If you don't feel like that, if you feel get jealous, avoid checking for some time while you are healing your body. You are healing yourself. Okay? Because it's all about improving yourself in all aspects. Because stress influences everything. And the trigger of stress can be many things as well. Including what? Including when you check your friend's post. That's one thing that can create in your brain, and then you don't know that. I'm telling you that you need to know that. You need to be aware of that, okay? Another thing as well is gut microbiome. So, you know, I will not give the details of gut microbiome here, but I'm going to tell you some specific tips at the end of the live. So only those who will stay with me until the end, I'm going to tell you the tips for you to do today already, tomorrow already. But gut microbiome, if everything that you're doing, I'm taking all the vitamins, I'm doing all the strategies that you told me, Thiago, meditation in the morning, workout, great, you are going to the right path. But there is one thing that if you don't heal as well, if you don't improve, if you don't regulate, is what? Your gut microbiome. The bacteria, the good bacteria, the bad bacteria should be regulated. Because why, Thiago? Why is that? Because when everything, check it out, what happens. Let's suppose you are trying to fix everything, right? But your gut microbiome, you are not focusing on improving your gut microbiome as well, at the same time combined. And then your gut microbiome is really messed up. Bad bacteria is higher than the good bacteria, messed up. And then you are having leaky gut. The lining of your gut is weak, is always any particle of the food or any bacteria or any particle is passing through the lining of the gut and is going to your bloodstream. One of the symptoms that can happen is what? More stress. So when the person is really stressed out, she can be stressed out because she's having, for example, leaky gut. Because her gut microbiome is inflamed, the lining of her gut is weak, and one particle of something is passing through that, going to the bloodstream, your own immune system starts attacking your own body, and then the manifestation can be more stress, high levels of stress. And then what happens? Higher levels of stress, the cortisol is spiking, right? And then when the cortisol is higher, the stress hormone is high in your body, it's destroying your gut microbiome even more. So can you notice that? It becomes a vicious cycle. That's why if you want to reduce your stress and manage your stress levels, you need to do everything that I told you here already, but at the same time, you need to heal your gut microbiome. Reduce the inflammation in your gut microbiome, regulate the bacteria, the viruses, and the fungi, the parasites inside your gut microbiome. Okay, strengthen that, right? Because that's going to be crucial to control. Otherwise, you always have that you're more likely to get stressed out for anything. Okay, be aware of that. I could, because gut microbiome is like another life, so I don't want to go and give you all the details about that, but I'm going to tell you something now. Tiago, okay, you told me what do I need to do before my stress. Like how I can prepare my body before I get stressed out. Okay, you told me that. Yes, I told you. You took notes. I believe you took notes. Okay, now your body is prepared for the stressful situation, right? Because remember, there are many things that happen in our lives every single day that you can feel stressed out. It's impossible you avoid that, right? So many things, right? You receive someone happen with your family, automatically get stressed out. This is normal. It's normal. It's going to the limbic system and then this creating that emotion of high levels of concerned, angry, or scared. It's normal. Okay? But what's not normal is you keep having that feeling long hours, long days, every single time, okay? And then I'm gonna tell you how you can deal with that. Something easy, something that you can do straight away when you are dealing with something stressful in your life. Quick tip, guys, something simple, but according to Dr. Andrew Huberman, amazing neuroscientist and expert in this field as well, they noticed that in his research, his team, and they noticed that the fastest way for you to reduce your stress and anxiety, fastest, there's nothing faster than that, nothing, is what? Double inhale and one long exhale, like that. Let's suppose you're having an argument with someone, right? Someone, and then you don't breathe properly, right? Because you're just having the argument. Because you did this, you did that, and then because of this, that's happening, blah, blah, blah. And then solution straight away for you to reduce your stress and cortisol, your stress and anxiety is what? What you're going to do. You're going to do that for 1 to 2 minutes. Even if you don't want to reduce your stress, you're going to reduce your stress because it's just physiology. Right? It's just physiology. Nowadays, we know that's the fastest way for you to reduce the stress. Fastest. Nothing is faster than that. So double inhale and one long exhale, as long as you can, and slowly, and 1 to 2 minutes. If you can do for 5 minutes, that's going to be the best. Okay? Another solution is what? Go to nature. Go to anything that your body will be in contact to nature. When you're having that complaint, nowadays we know, scientifically proven, that when you are close to nature, you feel more calm. When you are present at the moment, when you are going to, for example, I'm here in my apartment. If right now I go downstairs and then I stay next to a tree and keep looking at the tree and keep just appreciating the tree, my stress goes down automatically. If you put your foot just barefoot, walking on the grass, for example, on the sand or anywhere in the garden, reduce your levels of stress as well. Because why? Because we are from nature, right? We are from nature. So when you do that, when you are super stressed out, because of the physiology, you naturally reduce that. Why? Why, Tiago? Why is that? Because when you're looking, remember what I told you? What you look at, retina is connected to the brain, right? When you are looking at something, you create thoughts and chemical reactions in your entire body. So if you are looking at nature around you, and at the same time you are influencing, for example, your body, like walking barefoot, and at the same time you are listening to the birds, something like that, you're going to create more great chemical reactions in your body, and automatically your cortisol will reduce. That's why a great tip is when you have an argument with someone, when you have a stressful situation, the first thing that you need to try to do is what? Go outside, get that sunlight, go to nature, Ah, Thiago, but I don't have any park next to me. No problem. Sometimes when I cannot go to the park, I just go, check it out what I do. I go downstairs and then I just, there is a tree in front of this building and then I just keep appreciating the tree. That's it. I'm looking at the tree because I know we are from nature. Why do you think that all the nutrients, the vital nutrients that we need come from nature? Because we are from nature, right? That's the reason why. And if you're not always having that connection to nature, you are more likely to get more stressed out, more anxious. That's why when I start feeling, for example, one example, I had an argument with my wife some months ago. Felt super stressed out. What was the first thing that I did? Went to nature. When I came back, solved the problem. Quick. Right? That's the point, guys. You need to be smart. You need to be aware of how your body works for you to deal with the situation properly. Got it? And one of the ways, the solution is, why I'm talking about now the stage of having the stressful situation. First thing, double inhale, one long exhale. That's the fastest. Second thing that you can do, while you're having the argument, you go and boom, go to the nature. Next to the tree, look at the tree. Just breathe in, breathe out, go outside, get that sunlight, stay close to nature. Remember, nature, sunlight is from nature as well, right? So you need that sunlight, you need to get fresh air. You know that sometimes you do this without thinking. Did you notice that? Sometimes your body, because your body, remember your body is an animal, right? You just want to go outdoors, go to somewhere and just walk. Naturally, when you have a stressful situation, because your body asks to do that. You just go, you don't think about that, right? Many of you guys, I don't know if you noticed that, but that's what you need to do while you're having the stressful situation, okay? Remember, now let's talk about after. What you should do after. Let me take note. Guys, I'm going to give you a tip that is going to be important to take note. So get ready to get pen and paper now, okay? Let's say you had an argument as well, you went to the park, and then after you have this, guys, you need to remember one thing. You cannot focus and get stressed out on something that you cannot control. You need to focus on something that you can, your possibility is your choice that you can control, that you can do. If someone told you that you are like this, for example, someone told you that you are a terrible person, right? There is nothing to do with you. Because that's the point. If you receive that message, someone told you, you are terrible, you're a terrible person, you are nothing. If someone comes, let's say your partner, some friend, someone that you really consider, and that I know is not easy, right? Someone that it hits really hard, right? I know that. But after the situation, because while you are receiving that, it's really hard, you don't feel anything. You are going to feel. It's normal you feel that. But you need to be aware of what you're gonna think after that stressful situation. You need to be always aware of, okay, he told me that I'm like that. But I cannot do like this. I don't feel that way. I consider that I am like that. I'm completely different to what she told me that I am. She told me that I'm a terrible person. I know that I'm not a terrible person. I know I'm a great person. So when you have that, when you start thinking about, okay, what's the reality and what I can control, what can I control? You can control your thoughts. You can control the way that you feel. You cannot control what she said to you. You cannot shut her mouth and put your hand in her mouth or in his mouth. You cannot do that, right? You cannot control that. You cannot hit like kick him or do like a fight with him or with her. You cannot do that, right? You will not do that. What you can do is what? Feel, check, and think how you feel, how you are feeling. It's all about that. The way that you feel, okay, because that's what's happening with me. I'm focusing, I'm studying about myself, about my behavior. My levels of self-awareness is increasing so much that if someone come to me and say, Thiago, you are nothing, you are zero, you are ugly, you are terrible, you are nobody. Guys, this has zero effect in my emotions. Zero. Why? Because I prepared my body to feel that way, high self-confidence, And I know how to think, okay, I'm not like that. It doesn't matter if that person said that. It's her problem. It's her issue. There is nothing to do with me, right? Because who creates my life? Myself. I create my life. And who do I really care about what people think about me? Not anymore. Because when you have that perspective of always thinking about what she's thinking about me, what my friend thinks about me, and you're always concerned. Once that your friend comes to you and say you are nothing, you don't deserve nothing, something like that, you're gonna feel like that, right? Depression, high levels of stress, you go crazy, right? But why? Because you're not having that conversation with yourself. To increase what? To increase your self-awareness. That's the most important thing. And to increase your self-confidence. Your self-confidence doesn't depend on anybody else. Your self-confidence, your self-esteem depends on you. No, it doesn't depend on your partner. You don't need the approval of your partner for you to feel great about yourself. You don't need that. If my wife come to me and say, Thiago, you are terrible, like you're really terrible, like terrible. Like, let's suppose my wife says that. Zero effect in my mind, zero. Why? Because I'm conditioning my mind to feel that way, to feel like unstoppable. If someone comes to me and say something, I don't care. I know myself. And you need to do that, the same thing. You need to have that self-awareness of understand yourself so much, have that self-awareness of controlling your stress, knowing what to do when you have a stressful situation, how to deal with your stress. And after the situation, what you need to think, the person said that, but I'm not that way. I know myself. I understand my body. I understand my mind. I'm not like that. And I'm constantly improving. So it doesn't matter. I don't care. And you listen here, and then the information, someone that's told you something bad, really bad to you, comes here and goes out here. You don't care. And that negative energy will not affect you. And that's what you need to train. Remember, guys, you never have that in one day. You never change your body, your life, the way that you need to think in one day. It takes time. You need to feed your brain. Like I told you, in the morning, do what I told you. Feeding. Doing the command, body, feel that way. Body, do this for you to feel less stressed out throughout the day. Body, increase the self-confidence. And then you are feeding. You're going to see sooner or later, you become like you feel, it's crazy. You feel really, really good. That's why you are happy because of no reason. You look at the tree, you feel happy just because like no reason. And I always say that your main goal, guys, your main goal in life is for you to feel great about yourself, for you to know how to control your stress, your anxiety, because nothing is more important than that for you. Why? Because, for example, let's say you have kids, right? Your kids are always listening to you, but the most powerful thing for you to educate your kids is by example. The way remember what I told you about energy, about the electromagnetic field? Your kids are getting that, absorbing that all the time. From 0 to 7 years old, your kids are in theta brainwave. Remember, I said that to many people already. Your kids between 0 to 7 years old, theta brainwaves. What does it mean? Anything that you are doing, all your behavior, your kids will absorb much faster. That's why your kids have the capacity to learn 2 languages, 3 languages faster than anybody else at that age. So if you want to take care of your kids, if you want to take care of your family, the first thing that you have to do is to take care of yourself. Why? It doesn't make sense. Why do you want to, for example, your kids are yelling, your husband is stressed out, and then you're going to tell them, no, shut up, stop doing it, and then you get stressed out as well. So you're not taking care of yourself, doing what I told you what you need to do about the vitamins, about the minerals, about the way that you think, about the morning. You're not taking care of yourself, and then you want to take care of your husband, of your kids, of your family. No sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why? Because if you are always keeping doing that, what's going to happen? Sooner or later, burnout. If you are bad, if you are feeling bad, if your mental health is not the best, if you are stressed out, high levels of anxiety or stress, and then at the same time, you are trying to take care of your kids. At the same time, you are trying to solve your friend's problem. At the same time, you are trying to help your mom, help your father. But you are not taking care of yourself. Sooner or later, boom, burnout. And then the depression will come really bad. Depression will come really bad because it's becoming a vicious cycle. You are trying to take care of something, but you're not taking care of yourself. Got it? The beauty of this, guys, is because the more you take care of yourself, guys, you can help everybody around you 10 times more. 10 times more. So you can help your parents, you can help your kids, you can help your husband, your wife 10 times more when you are taking care of yourself. Because you have so much energy, you have so much power, you feel like so unstoppable, your self-confidence is so high that you transmit that energy to everybody around you. And everybody receive that help much better. But when you don't have energy, when you're stressed out, when you are bad mentally, and you are trying to help someone, you're going to feel terrible. And you're not helping the person. Remember that thing. How can you help someone if you're not helping yourself? You don't have the help. Because you're just using your energy to get that energy to someone else. Sooner or later, you are going to burn out. Sooner or later, boom, depression. Sooner or later, life has no reason anymore, right? So that's the wrong way. The right way is focus on yourself. While you are trying to help your family, your kids, your parents, someone is sick, you need to every single day. Thiago, I just have 10 minutes to take care of myself. Use that 10 minutes to take care of yourself. Use that. Because nobody is more important than yourself. And if you want to take care of others, if you want to help others around you, you need to focus on yourself first. Never you think about yourself later. Never. I'm going to start focusing on myself in January, after New Year. Big mistake, guys. The right time is always right now. There is never a better time. Always right now. You can start doing this today. And I appreciate you guys because you are here, because you are learning, and I want that you guys want to improve. Got it? So that's what you need to do. To finish, check it out. Now you need to take notes. For you to reduce your stress, now let's talk about some supplements that's going to be important for you as well. There are some strategies that you can do for you to control your stress. That's going to help you, okay? So you can take ashwagandha, 400 to 500 milligrams of ashwagandha. If you are really stressed out since in the morning, try to take like 1 tablet in the morning, 1 tablet in the evening, or 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening. Plus, you can get saffron tea, you can have chamomile tea, lavender tea, you can have tulsi tea, you can have lemon balm tea. Those teas, they can be like an adaptogen. They can calm your body down for you to produce and to produce more, to help your body to release more GABA, the neurotransmitter GABA, right? For you to relax, to calm down, and to avoid spiking your cortisol. You are going to relax. Okay, magnesium as well, the supplement magnesium, for example, magnesium bisglycinate, you can take, for example, in the evening is going to be the most important time, but if you are a stressed person, take in the morning as well, combined with something else, like with food. And remember what I told you, those supplements that I told you, those minerals and vitamins, is going to be important. If you're not taking food, if you don't have time, super busy, something like that, you need to take supplements for some time. There's no other way. Especially when your body is really weak and sick already, and you have a lot of inflammation already. You need supplementation. You need something extra to boost. It's not medication. It's a supplement. It's something that your body recognizes, that your body absorbs. So you will need to take supplements. There's no other way, okay? Especially when your body has not the capacity anymore to digest the food from like real food. So you need to eat real food, priority number 1, but you're going to need as well for sometimes some supplements for you to reduce your stress. And one of them is, like I told you already, those minerals and vitamins that I told you at the beginning of the live. If you didn't watch it, just watch the replay, okay? And that's it. So lavender oil, essential oils are great for you as well. Always try to stimulate your body from your nose, breathing, from your eyes, what you look at, listening to, smelling, and eating. All that strategy you need to do at the same time, because you're going to create a great environment. Your body will receive a great stimulus for you to relax. It's like the breathing technique, right? Remember? So that's what you need to do, and then by repetition, sooner or later, you're going to feel better. I know I recognize myself when I'm feeling stressed out. When I'm getting stressed out, 5 p.m., I'm working too much, I start feeling, okay, I'm going to stop, and then boom, I go to the park, and then I do my workout. I know already my body so much because I know the best things that I become better. I take my cold shower, I feel much better, right? I release dopamine, reduce my cortisol, feel great, feel more energized. Cold shower, go to do my workout, or I walk outdoors, or I get the sunlight, or I listen to my favorite music. I do my strategy. You need to do your strategy as well. And I never, ever, ever would check the news. If I'm stressed, oh, that's the worst thing that you can do. If I'm stressed out, if I'm anxious, if I'm a little bit like not the best, feeling the best at that time, if I check the news, if I check someone's profile that I know that I always feel jealous, something like that, I would feel 10 times worse. Avoid doing that. So that's why you need to avoid doing that, especially when you are trying to heal your body. Got it?